Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Foodie Friday. Today is May the 14th and we have a very special guest for this episode of Foodie Friday. If you didn't get a chance to read yesterday's main discussion thread on raw food rehab, I really want to encourage you to go back and check that out. I'll put a link underneath this video so that you can easily find it. But I shared with you some strawberry facts that I think are going to be very helpful to you at some point, even if it's not strawberry season where you live right now. It will be at some point. And there's just some really great educational facts. I learned some things yesterday that I didn't know. So I want you to be sure to take the chance or take the opportunity and read that. So today we are celebrating the spectacular and splendid strawberry. I've already been in the raw food kitchen this morning and I've prepped up and made several things already. One of which is an absolutely super easy and very delicious strawberry lemonade. I've already polished off a glass. It's excellent. And then I'm also going to show you my favorite fruity chilled soup recipe ever, Strawberry Cloud. The recipe is found in my book, Raw Food Cleanse, but I have made this soup before for, I think it was a bridal shower one time, and then I was involved in giving a brunch, and I made this soup both times for a crowd of people who are not raw foodists, or they're not into raw food at all, and everybody always goes on about it. They want the recipe, so I'm sharing that recipe with you today. The next thing that I'm going to share with you is my recipe for strawberry fields salad. I'm not making it on today's video, but I am going to be giving you the recipe for that. I'm making that for our family for dinner tonight. So I'll be sure to take a picture of the finished product and add that onto this thread tomorrow. And then the last thing is the pretty strawberry pie. This is a super easy recipe to make, very impressive because it is a very beautiful presentation, and it doesn't contain a whole lot of nuts, which so many of these really decadent, wonderful raw food desserts contain a lot of nuts. It does contain young Thai coconut. If you can't get young Thai coconut where you live, you could easily substitute some soaked cashews or macadamia nuts because we need something bulky to bind it together. I use the meat of a young Thai coconut. So really, it's just up to you how you want to make it and what works best for you. But I can't wait. So let's go in my raw food kitchen and check it out. Okay, this is the base for our strawberry lemonade. And as with all the recipes, you can find them underneath this video. But basically what we've got here is about 2 cups of water, 1/2 cup of agave nectar. You can certainly substitute the sweetener of your choice. It also has a tablespoon of grated lemon zest, a cup of fresh lemon juice, a pint of fresh strawberries, and then what I do is I pour about this much and then I top it off with a sparkling mineral water. This is such a delicious lemonade. I mean, it's totally refreshing, and you can add more or less sweetener just totally depending on what your tastes are. You can also substitute frozen organic strawberries very easily for the fresh. There is our strawberry cloud soup. Delicious. It's the meat of 1 young coconut, a pint of fresh strawberries, the juice of 4 oranges, a tablespoon of raw honey, and about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And everything is just blended in the blender. And I did put about maybe 2 teaspoons of coconut butter in it, just so that when it chills, it really thickens up and it becomes a very rich, wonderful soup. I've garnished it with a couple of strawberry slices and a little tiny sprig of mint. You just have to try it to believe it. I know you're going to love it. And because I'm not making the strawberry field salad for you on today's video, I just sort of wanted to tell you a little bit about it. This time of the year at farmers markets, at least where I live, there is an abundance of really beautiful, young, fresh, spring leafy greens. And so for the salad that I'm going to make tonight, I'm going to use a mixture of butter lettuce and arugula because I like the combination of the 2 different flavors. You know, arugula's kind of got a little bit more of a bite to it, which will complement the sweetness of the berries very much. There'll be 6 strawberries cut up. I'm going to use a small bunch of fresh basil that I'm going to kind of chop up and just add that into the greens. I'm also going to use about 1/3 cup of candied nuts, and these are 100% raw. You can find sources for them online, but this particular recipe, and I will add it also to this thread, is from one of our Raw Food Rehab members, Melinda Gill, and you can find this recipe in our holiday ebook, Raw for the Holidays. I'll put a link to that, but I just love these candied nuts, and they just really complement this salad well. I'll also add in about 1/4 cup of very finely sliced red onion, and then finish it off with 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, which we've talked about that before, and you can even Google that, but I'll give you a link so you can check it out. If you don't want to make it yourself, it's one of those things that you can definitely order. And then the dressing is super easy but so good. It's cold pressed olive oil blended with aged balsamic vinegar, which something about vinegar and balsamic vinegar and strawberries, the two flavors are amazing together. There's just a little bit of honey and a little, like 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard, and then salt and pepper to taste. Just whisk that dressing, toss it all together, and serve. So you'll get to see a picture of that tomorrow. Okay, let's go check out this pie. Oh, it turned out really great. This is called Pretty as a Strawberry Pie. And so you can see it's not super thick, and the crust is a cacao almond crust. It's so good, and so I've reserved a little bit of the crust. Just I think I'll probably sprinkle a little bit of that once I cut a piece off, and I'll probably sprinkle that on the white plate when I serve it. And this is just, I can't wait to have it. I'm sure you guys want a bite, don't you? Well, come on, we're going to have dinner about 6:30 tonight. So come on over to Casa de Shelton and get your strawberry on.